Hey you, it's Jess here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a flip through of all the spreads I did on my trip to England. I did have videos up going every week, but those are on my secondary planner and they were very preliminary sort of pre-plans. So this is, I actually took sticker kits with me and I have my, I'll link up above the where I organize my stickers to travel with them. So this was the first spread and the last time you saw me plan live, as it were. And I used this Scribble Prints Co. adventure kit, and basically I left really late, like 10:30 on Thursday night, and I got to London 12 noon on the Friday. So I flew Qatar and I went through Doha, and that was actually pretty good. Pretty nice airline, I would say. Really good food and, you know, pretty roomy seats. So anyway, I got there at 12. Basically, then I had to take the train to Reading, which I was staying a night in Reading, and I should do a shout out right away to Jackie at uni for booking my entire trip. So amazing, the best. I know she watches these like a crazy person, so hi Jack. Thank you so much for putting together my whole trip. I really appreciate it, and yeah. Otherwise I would have been going crazy all by myself trying to do it. So that was awesome. Jack is the best. Anyway, enough of that. So yeah, I got there and I checked into my hotel in Reading. And I actually found a bus that went from Reading to right outside where I was staying for the archive. So I picked up a bus ticket for the 2 weeks, and that covered me perfectly to get out there and then to actually get back to Reading when I was leaving at the very end. So that was perfect. So I got the bus ticket, went around, found a Starbucks, found some food and stuff. So I did that, and then I rode here taxi to other hotel, but I ended up taking the bus. So I took the bus to my next hotel, which was my main one for the next 2 weeks or so. And I checked in and just relaxed. I watched some YouTube, marked some essays. Then on Sunday I got full-blown sick, obviously from the flight. So I just sort of I actually took a bus out to like a super Sainsbury's, and I picked up a whole lot of like tissues and food and snacks and whatnot. Lucky I did, because I really needed those. So I did that, and I also marked essays, booked my taxi to the archive, you know, just general stuff like that. So that was the end of this week. So the first week I planned while I was there was this kit, and this is Scribble Prints Co.'s Secret Garden. I absolutely love it. It's super dark and super pattern filled, but I just really love it. So Monday was my first day in the archive, and I really wasn't doing much else, so I just used the double box there and filled it in. So yeah, I did my first day in the archive, but of course I was still sick. So the archive is at this abbey, which is still, you know, running. Like, it has monks who live there, and they built this amazing library and archive to collect all these things. And yeah, it was just really great that they had everything I needed there, basically. So Tuesday I wanted to finish marking, but I actually didn't finish marking till Friday. I was marking essays for another course, but I was way too sick to go in, so I just stayed in bed all day long, and I pretty much used up a whole box of tissues in that one day because I was just so sick. Yeah, so I didn't do anything that day, sadly. Wednesday I got enough energy and I went back to the archive. I had lunch there, and it was a lamb stew. The Scribble Prints Co. had the t-shirt pre-sale, so I bought one of those t-shirts. Yeah, I didn't do much else. I just went to the archive, which was really good. I finished what I was doing on Monday, so getting through all the books. I'm sorry if you hear any noise, but there's a tractor in the oval across the street. Thursday, another archive day. I started on the boxes, and I think I was still too sick to really realize what the hell I was doing, so I found it kind of disappointing, and I left at lunch and I went and got fish and chips at the pub. I was staying in like a pub hotel, so there's a hotel behind the pub, so I was eating a lot at the pub. So fish and chips, and then I tried to write my paper that I had to present. You'll see later on. And then I just had a lazy day because I was just sort of figuring out what the hell was I going to do with my boxes. So Friday, I went back to the archive and I just dug through all the boxes and actually found a whole bunch of stuff, like 2 more annals that I wanted to look through. And then lunch at the monastery was really small, so they invited all the guests to actually have lunch with the monks. Usually you have a guest refectory. This time we were invited in, and so that was kind of awkward because I was also the only woman. And we all had to be quiet or whisper, so yeah, that was an interesting experience, having lunch with monks. And these, like, they're full on, they wear black robes and everything, so that was crazy. And this day I actually did finish marking, and Scribble Prints Co had new releases. So yeah, and you'll see I only brought munchkins with me, so I used a lot of them. Then on the weekend, Saturday, I went to Reading for the day, went to Starbucks, Primark. It was super duper hot, so this was the start of the heat wave in England. I wanted to buy see if they had I love city mugs from Starbucks. And I was like, oh, maybe Reading won't have one because I don't know how big that city really is. And they didn't, but they were selling Belfast mugs. I was like, what the hell? I'm not in Ireland. Like, that'd be cool, but I'll go buy it if I go to Belfast, alright? So I thought that was really random. And I was kind of getting tired of eating pub food that night. And then Sunday, I said finish paper, but no way did I finish my paper then. I had a lot of YouTube, and then basically every day by 7 p.m. the internet would just go to hell, and so I was watching YouTube at like 144p, and it was horrible, the worst. Yeah, so that was that week. I super loved this spread. So usually I really used Scribble Prints Co, Once More in Love, and Clever Girl Craft Hard. I think that's all that's in here. A Little Miss Papery Coffee Cup. Yeah. So then we're going to the next day, and this is a White Deer Stationery kit, and it's called Mrs. Darcy, and of course, so it's Jane Austen themed, so I had to use it. I didn't go to Bath, sadly, but I had to use it while I was in England. And yeah, I just thought it was really pretty. I used Colourpop paper date covers because I don't want to bring in too much of this glitter that was in the kit. And we'll go day by day again. So Monday, another archive day, and then my supervisor came and to do work at the archive, so she arrived that day, and that was super nice to have someone to talk to in the archive. I wrote that I had creamy roast potatoes for lunch because they were serving fish, and I'm not into fish, so I just had all the vegetable sides, and then I had to clean my clothes. Basically, I was super gross and just cleaned all my underpants and stuff in the sink with like body wash. That is my long-term travel solution to cleaning clothes when you can't otherwise. So yeah, I went through that. I watched YouTube all the time. Catalogued, charged my camera, worked on my paper. I used a Clever Girl Craft Heart to mark that my video for that day went up. Tuesday was another archive day with my supervisor. I think I actually finished my paper, and then I emailed. I finished my paper and I emailed it, as it says here, to my supervisors so they could both have a read of it. It was so hot, so I used this little zombie tired munchkin and then used like a rain puddle from the rain sheet to look like it was sweating. I don't know if it really worked, but It was so hot. I think 21, which is the longest day of the year, was like, I don't know. It was 30 something degrees. And then I just had a Squirrel Prince code $2 Tuesday. Please pay no heed to that sound outside. Wednesday was my last day at the archive, and then we went back to my pub. The supervisor and her kids came along. We had drinks. Well, they didn't, they're underage. We had drinks and sort of just celebrated the end of that trip for me, and then also because Mark submitted, so another one of the students that she supervises, he submitted his PhD, so I did a little celebration here, and we had some drinks. I also wrote 1,000 words of my chapter that day, so I was really happy. And I used a Caress Press sticker to mark packing my bags. So Thursday I had to check out. I got the bus to Reading, and then I caught a train to London. I used a little Miss Papery glitter coffee cup to mark that I got Starbucks. I went to my first hotel because I actually forgot. I forgot that we messed up the dates that I was leaving on the 22nd, but I didn't have check-in to my hotel till the 23rd. So we just got the extra hotel night. Then at the end of the day, I went to my sort of top-up hotel so I wouldn't be homeless for the night. And I was in the basement room right between the breakfast room and the employees' locker room. And apparently they work till 2 AM and like to yell in some language to each other, so that was fun. And then they started breakfast stuff at 5, so, and I had no fan. It was in the middle of the heat wave, so that was a fun night, but I got through it. And the next day I actually so I checked out and I walked, and I was very close to my other hotel, so I just walked there, checked in, and then I just went off. And it was my payday, so I moved some money across, and then I went to Oxford Street. I went around there, and I actually just walked from one tube station to the other. Then I went back, and I was staying in King's Cross, so there's lots of stuff around that area. So I went and got Five Guys for the first time, which I know is American. But I saw it, I'm like, why not? I'll try it out, and it wasn't so bad. I had to top up my Oyster card, and funnily enough, so I used my original Oyster card that I got in 2013 apparently. Maybe, I think it was around there. Anyway, I topped it up, and then I found that I still had £6 on the card, so it stayed there for like 5 years or something. I can't do maths, but it stays in there for years, and I thought it would have expired, but that was cool to find out. So yeah, I just sort of wandered around on Friday, and then went to bed. I'm still kind of jet lagged in this time. I've been waking up at 5 AM, going to bed at like 9. Then Saturday I made my PowerPoint for my paper, practiced it. I went to Stratford Westfield because, I don't know, I enjoy that Westfield, and I went to the Disney store, so I used a Disney Once More with Love Munchkin. Oh, this is my newest addiction, foiled arrow. I went to Primark, Waitrose, just sort of hung around there, and then went back. Sunday, I don't think I did much on Sunday. I kind of just stayed in. I didn't have a great day. So yeah, I don't know. So people were really rude to me, and I kind of like soured. I was already homesick, so I was kind of sad and wanted to go home badly that day. And I was grateful for noise cancelling headphones because the people in the room next to me decided they were going to play their music super loud and yell at each other, and then yell at the people who worked, so they're telling them to turn it down, and then turned it up even higher because they got told off. I don't know, it was a whole thing, but luckily it bought me noise cancelling headphones for the trip, and so I was very happy about those. So that was Sunday. So then we have the last week of June, and this one I used the Oddloop London kit. It didn't have washi, but bottom washi, but I brought, this is actually it here, I brought this card with washi all on it just in case I wanted to use some. So I used some down below here, and I mixed in my Once More with Love London stickers with the ones in the kit. I just thought it was so cute. I love her trip stickers. So extra stickers that I used were Minus Addiction, Arrows Again, and Clever Girl Craft Hearts. And I used a Fox and Pip little paper clip just to remind myself of that. So Monday I actually went to Starbucks and I worked there all day, and I thought it was really cool because I was sitting there by myself drinking my iced latte, and I wasn't sure, I don't want to leave my laptop or anything at the table, but they actually had someone come around and take orders from the tables. So it was really awesome. I was stocked up on coffee that day, and I got another 1,000 words written. So I was really happy about that. And then, so yeah, too much coffee. I got a burger for lunch, and I went to M&S to get salads and stuff. Tuesday, I was just really, I think there's always a couple of days in the week where I just need to do nothing, so I just sort of relaxed all day. I caught up on YouTube, had a good shower. I checked the conference program because it was the next day. So Wednesday I went to the conference, and the conference was at the University of Notre Dame London Gateway, which is right in Trafalgar Square. Like, it's across from the Canadian Embassy, and it's such a beautiful like location, building, so fancy. Yeah, and it was a really good first day at the conference. And I made one of my to-dos was to mingle, and I did do that. I actually talked to quite a few people, so I was really proud of myself. That day I befriended this archivist who was super nice, and she was learning about this archive that she's been cataloging. So I spent the next 3 days like pretty much with her. Then I found a Nando's and went to dinner out there, and I'll be honest, I think Nando's in Australia is better than London English Nando's, but that's just me, you know, that's what I'm used to. Thursday we had conference day 2, and I practiced my paper, and there was a drinks reception afterwards, so I had a couple glasses of wine. There was surprisingly a lot of wine at that drinks reception. It was pretty crazy, and I talked to some really cool ECRs. And it was also my mum's birthday, so I made sure to email her and note that down. And then it was late by the time I got back to the hotel, and I couldn't be bothered getting food, so I just ate chocolate raisins for dinner. Then it was the third day of the conference, and I was presenting this day, and I'd gotten kind of sweaty and gross from taking the tube and the bus to the conference the first 2 days, so I've treated myself and I booked a taxi, and that was so worth it. I didn't get sweaty all day. I was so happy. If you've been in the tube or any subway, you know how just stuffy it gets. So yeah, I got a taxi and I presented that day, and I got really great feedback. And in fact, I had a shout out in the round table at the end because I used History of Emotions, and they were very impressed that someone was doing that. So that was really awesome. When I talked to, like, the chair of my panel was like one of the big names, which I was scared to talk to. Like, I had to for my project, but luckily that gave me like a natural in to talk to her. So that was awesome, and she was really excited for my project and gave me some questions and ideas. So that was an awesome day. I loved this conference. This was probably the best conference I'd been to, and I just loved all the papers. They were so interesting, and all the people were so nice and easily chat, you know, they easily chat to everyone, and yeah, it was really great. especially as there was only like 3 of us who were doing PhDs and everyone else was already, you know, doctor level. So that was really a nice experience. And it was also my brother-in-law's birthday that day. And then I had baked goods because when I went back to King's Cross, and I went with a few people from the conference because they were taking trains home. I actually noticed they had like this market out in front of the train station, so I bought a brownie and a focaccia, and it was super delicious and awesome. So Saturday I had another lazy day. You see, when I have a big like mental day, I need to really like, so I decompressed for Saturday, just had a lazy day hanging around. I bought some Coffee Monsters Go sticker books, and I went and found a local pub. I know I was tired of pub food, but I was like, by this time I was cool with it. So I found this pub and had dinner there, and it was really beautiful, high quality. So that was really great. Sunday I went to Stratford again because I wanted to find the West Ham shop because it's my dad's favorite team for football, and I couldn't find the damn shop, and there was this huge fun run on. Yes, I saw all that, but it was just so many people and so sunny, so that didn't go too well. But I got tacos, so I've been dying for tacos for like 2 weeks because of Holly plans was all about tacos. So I got tacos for lunch, and I also got Sunday roast from the pub for dinner. And I just sort of organized my stuff and did laundry for the next couple of days. So then we get to the last week. So the last week was using this Lil Bees Simply Chic kit, and this is a fairly new one, and it's one of her spring ones, and it has swans. So I know, I just thought it'd be perfect for the last week of summer I was gonna have until it starts in December. Yeah, so until December. So I thought, why not? Plus swans make me think of London, so I used this kit. So Monday I had to pack my bags. I had my very last Starbucks with this Happy Blue Tree iced coffee sticker, and I just sort of went around and I went to Covent Garden, and it was really beautiful. I'd never been there before, and just hung around the market. I went to the Moomin shop. I love Moomin. And yeah, just had a really nice time. And then I went and walked all the way to Holborn station, and so I went past down the Strand and all of that. So I saw the Savoy. So that was a fun little walk. So that's what I did technically in my last day, my technical last day. Then I went to a nearby Italian restaurant and had really amazing homemade, home-cut pasta. So that was great. Then Tuesday I had to check out, and I caught the Heathrow Express and blah 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 hotel hopper, and got to my hotel airport hotel because my flight was leaving in the morning, like 10 AM. So I wanted to make sure, well, Jack wanted to make sure that I didn't have to try and rush out on Wednesday morning to try and get to Heathrow. So that was a really good option. So I got out to Heathrow then and changed my SIM card, so because the trip I'd used a English SIM card, and I highly recommend paying the extra £5 for unlimited data because I needed it. I pretty much used my phone data the entire trip. So that was Tuesday, and then Wednesday my flight was at 10:50, so I got up early. I looked through duty free and stuff. It was actually a really chill day at Heathrow. I don't know if it's because it's a morning flight, but I got through security and check-in so fast and smoothly. It was really good. Good experience. Actually flying this whole trip, I had a really good experience. I think I'm still a bit stressed out from my New York LAX experience, so this was really nice and refreshing. And so I left at 10. I couldn't find anything I wanted in duty free. I pretty much failed in the present point. And then I flew back through Doha and I landed home at 5, almost 6 o'clock the next day. And so I got a Clever Girl craft heart here, and the half box I had smile on it because I was like, yay, I'm home. I'm always a bit I'm a bit of a homebody, so. And I just used like the decorative strip from the bottom of the sheets to sort of mark out my traveling. And I thought that looked really cute, and I wrote home. So yeah, and then I've just been, it's Monday now, I've pretty much just been trying to get over jet lag this whole time. Caught up in my TV shows that I couldn't watch while I was away. Went through my mail, did some videos. It was my dad's birthday on the 8th, so I had dinner with my parents. Yeah, it was really good. So that was my whole trip. I'm sorry if it wasn't that interesting. Looking back on it now, it's like I did almost nothing, but it was a work trip technically. And yeah, I did have a great time, but as soon as I got home I was like, did I ever actually leave? It's kind of weird that I was away for 4 weeks, but it doesn't feel like it. But those are the spreads that I did while I was in England. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd love to talk with you about London or anything like that down below. So definitely comment if you'd like. Please subscribe if you want to see more spreads and fun videos in the future, and I will see you next time. Bye!